Pranam Maharaj, on behalf of all devotees present here, please accept our sincerest regards and also our gratitude for being able to, give us this virtual training sessions. And Tat Padam also extends a very warm welcome to all the devotees present here. And without much ado, let us begin. So I will request Malobika to start with a Shanti mantra. Malobika, please.
Yes, thank you, Jumadi. I'll do that. Maybe as a host, can you mute all the other
Oh, yes.
people?
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'm
I
doing
will.
that. Sure.
Otherwise, it is creating echo for the recording. Yeah. So this is a Vedic peace chant. ॐ शं नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शं नो भवत्तर्यमा शं नो इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शं नो विष्णुरुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
Om Akhandamandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tat Padam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Hari Om. Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishna. Thank you, all the members of the Tat Padam group, and also those who have this particular session. I'm happy to tell you that we are now discussing on dedicated disciples. That is the title. Now, we don't say disciples of Sri Ramakrishna. That means disciples of whoever, but attracted to Ramakrishna, them also we have included in this topic. That means we have extended the meaning of this word disciples to include those also who are not initiated by Sri Ramakrishna as such, but initiated by their own gurus, but attracted to Sri Ramakrishna and started worshipping him as Bhagavan. So those people also we have included. So in that first, we took up the study of Rani Rashmoni. This, we find it very interesting because Sri Ramakrishna has said about Rani Rashmoni as she was one of the Nayikas of the Divine Mother Durga. Why she should also come to earth? Is it due to her own karma she came? That's what a very interesting thing. That whenever in the previous avatars we found, whenever the avatars have descended, along with them a group of Atmas also have come. This group of Atmas, they want to come. It is not that they don't want to come and the avatar has to go and catch them and bring them for his work. No, they want to come. In Krishna's time, we see that in Rama's time, all these monkeys, they wanted to enjoy the Leela of Bhagavan, and they asked Sri Ramchandra, "Oh Ram, you will be going away, and we all will go back to our own nature. And what will happen when you take next avatara?" So what is the next avatara? only the God knew. He said, don't worry, you all will come to me as Gopikas in the next avatar. So they came and they enjoyed being with the Lord. That's why in Sri Ramakrishna's case also, we find that a few people have come, they wanted to be with Sri Ramakrishna. They don't want to have absolute moksha. You know that moksha means that absolute, the removal of your personal ego. That means what? So when you have moksha means you are not going to come back in this world. This samsara is not for one who has attained moksha. So there is no rebirth for him. That is called moksha. But you may have mukti. Muktis are four kinds according to Vaishnava Sampradayas. They have defined very nicely Sarupya, Salokya, Salokya, Sarupya, and then Sayujya, the Samipya. So four kinds of muktis are defined, you find in the Shastras. But all these four kinds of muktis, you are very near to the Lord, but not completely removing yourself absolutely. There. In moksha, what happens? You lose your individuality. You become one with the cosmic oneness. So there you are not able to come back. So that is called moksha. And that is moksha is one of our four purusharthas. Every jiva is supposed to grow spiritually one after another and reach the final stage of moksha. Now you find is in Ramakrishna's life also we find that with him a few people came and one person was very adamant. He was not willing to come at all. He was so absorbed in meditation. So Sri Ramakrishna had to take, or rather I should say, the infinity, the Satchidananda infinity took a form like a baby and went and tapped his back and said, please come now. So he was called. So the rest of them came as they wanted to be with him. You see, to enjoy the Lord's presence and to be with him is a greater enjoyment than the moksha. As the Vaishnavas say, Lord Chaitanya Dev said, I don't want to become sugar. I want to taste the sugar, he said. So the tasting the beautiful life of such great men is also a wonderful thing. So in this case, we found this lady, Rani Rashmoni, came. And where did she take birth? She took birth in a very, very poorest of the poor family of a farmer. And they were catching the fish from the Ganges and then selling it. Though her father was a farmer, but she used to go there, etc. Last month we saw some of her traits also. This lady said, she is very, very courageous. That we saw how she was courageous and how she had great respect for the motherland. She had that nationalistic spirit. Even though you see that Hamilton company was ready to do a big chariot for taking Subhadra and Lord Jagannath for the ceremony, but she said no. Why white men should do this? Let our people do it. So she was nationalistic. And with all the good qualities she had, she of course was very interested in going into pilgrimages. She went to several pilgrimages earlier, like Puri she went, and to other places also in Bengal. And then she had decided to go to Banaras. But this lady, as I said, that when an avatara takes place, there are certain things to be done for the play of the avatar. Suppose we organize a drama. So we require a drama sets, we require proper people to do certain parts in the drama. And we require a big screen. And we require all the paraphernalia of a drama. So all this drama, this stage is required. And stage man is required. So all those things, unless they are there, a drama cannot be held. In the same way, Sri Ramakrishna's drama, there are people who are needed for this. And as the Swami Ranganathananji used to tell very famously, Sri Krishna, a scientist. A scientist needs a laboratory. Laboratory will be able to function properly. He has to experiment after another. That experimentation was Vina. So, as a scientist, when he comes here, he requires a laboratory. That laboratory was constructed by Rani Rashmoni, which was a Dakshineswar at Dakshin village, a temple of Kali. She would to Lord. Morning, she would take bath for puja, like the tradition all India kind. The tradition are still doing this. I know personally many of the devotees who are still doing all the paraphernalia of the religious life. They get up early, they do fast on Ekadashi days, and they have a particular time of japa and the number of japa of the mantra. Like that, everyone will have a proper way of doing their spiritual life. So that they do. Like that, Rani Rashmoni was very particular. But she had the great thirst to go for a pilgrimage to Banaras. In those days, Banaras railways have not yet come. So she has to go by Ganges only. So she required lots and lots of additional things to go to Banaras. See, today you can say, just let me go to Banaras. And then you can go and you can purchase a train ticket in Tatkal. No problem. You get to pay a little more price and you get your ticket. It was not like that. She has to prepare a lot and lot and lot for taking a big group to Banaras. So it says that in this book, Rani Rashmoni's life, it says how many boats she has to take. It's very interesting. I'm reading that particular line because it is very interesting. As there was no train between Calcutta and Varanasi, she decided to go by boat. Her boat convoy, that is the word he uses, convoy of 25 boats. Just imagine, you have to carry 25 boats with you. 25 boats supplied with provisions for 6 months, because you do not know when are you going to return. Suppose it takes 6 months. In the mid of the Ganges, what are you going to eat then? You can't drink Ganges water. So what happened? She wanted to have all the provisions also she carried. Not only that, in the 25 boats, there were 7 boats for food and other necessities. 7 boats were stored. And then 1 for herself. Because she is the Rani, she is the Jamidarni, she is at the top. She must have 1 for herself. 3 for her 3 daughters and their families. You know that she had 4 daughters, and of the 4 daughters, the 3rd daughter died soon after her being given away in marriage. So she asked that son-in-law, why don't you marry my 4th daughter also? That's how Jagadamba came into the picture. Jagadamba is one of the important person in the life of Ramakrishna. And how she came in the fold of Ramakrishna. And then 2 friends, 4 for other state officials. So one of the doctor and his of this lady, you see, how she could think every arrangement. Why it's not easy. Before going for a travel, you must see everything is there or not. Your packing is properly done or not. Even small things, if you leave it at that time of at that place where it is required, you may not get it. Everything she took it. 1 for the doctor and his medicine, and 1 for the washerman. A washerman has to be there. He would wash and put all his clothes, and 1 for 4 cows and fodder. See how much planning she has done. It's really absorbing to see a lady. She has put on her command everywhere. And from the very planning, we can understand how this Rashmani held her life so meticulously. So with all these things, she departed on that fixed day. And what happened? She departed and they had stopped at a place, the first stoppage. From Calcutta, they departed. Ganges, the boats were going. It was almost dusk. So she told all of them to stop here. Let us spend the night here today. And she was fully absorbed in the thought of Varanasi, Lord Shiva, and Annapurna. She was so devoted to Divine Mother. She was absorbed in thought of her. At that time, she had that dream. You can say dream or you can say vision, whatever it is. But in the dream, the Divine Mother appeared. What she said? She said, you need not go to Varanasi. Sometimes I wonder, this command, before her preparation of 25 boats, why not did not Mother give her? Please, she could have saved this poor lady, Of course, she's a rich lady. I'm telling poor in the sense, so much effort she took. So she says, you don't need to go to Varanasi. And she says that install my image on a beautiful spot along the bank of the Ganges and arrange for my worship and offerings there. In this image, I shall be constantly present and shall ever accept your worship. You see, the images we consider as a mere image, then it is very, very wrong. Recently, we all experienced Ganesh Chaturthi Utsav. How many types of images in India, and you'd be stunned to see the Ganesh Murtis, different styles and different, the artist, one after another artist went wide with one another and made the best. I saw a video where huge 150 images of Ganesha being taken for Visarjan. And one by one is taken to that river that I saw. So beautiful. And the images from biggest size to the smallest image. I remember in my childhood days, in our homes also, we used to have a small image of Lord Ganesha. And our parents would tell, purchase one clay image of Lord Ganesha. And we would naturally, with all the enthusiasm, we would run to the bazaar and bring one small. And then our sisters would decorate that. And then we put it. And then our grandma will be doing the puja. So interesting. And after the puja, you have to take that murti and throw it in waters. Either in a well or wherever you get a pool, you have to throw it. That throwing moment is not a normal moment for us. Everyone who has seen the worship of image, worship of God in any image, will know pangs of separation during the Visarjan time. That I don't need to say. I saw recently regarding Ganesh Puja, it is not all puja only, like that one video came. I saw the children holding those images. They were not allowing the parents to put it in for Visarjan. Children, how they are so wonderful. They kept that images with them. They are not allowing. And the parents are trying to say, and the child is weeping. And that's what happened to Mathur Babu one day. You know that incident, how he so much of wept for Mother Durga's. He said, Durga will not be made to Visarjan. She will remain with me, he said. And then Ramakrishna has to go to his home and then pacify him and told him where she is going. She has already gone into your heart. She is staying in your heart. So allow this image. So this image worship has got a great benefit for many of us. So there she said, that's why when Mother herself commands that I shall stay in that image, that means what is the general Hindu's idea about the image worship? That image worship is worshipping not because it is an image only. It is because God has come into that image and He is staying there and He is commanding. There are many incidences are there. I am seeing here Shama Karnad, and she will be remembering how in the Udupi, the Lord image turned itself for Kanakadasa. If you go today also to Udupi, of course next month I am due to go to Udupi. I would like to have darshan of that Lord Krishna. And you see, Krishna was standing like any other temple. When you go inside the temple, he is facing you. That is how Krishna was standing. But Kanakadasa was not allowed inside, and so he had to stay outside in the back of the temple. And he prayed to Lord Krishna, and Krishna, to show him blessings, he turned himself, and that was image, mind you. Yes, an image can automatically turn. Can you imagine that? It's not possible. But then, if God resides in that image, it can turn. And he gave darshan to Kanakadasa from the place where he was staying. So, you find that image, install my image, she says, and I will reside in that. That is the beauty. So, when she heard this, it says, and she said, where to find the land for that? She needed to purchase the land. So next day morning when the sun rose, she came out from the boat and looked at, actually it is very surprising, the place where she halted for the night without knowing which place it was, and that was the bank of the Dakshineswar village. And earlier, she had wanted to purchase many plots of land near the Dakshineswar, but none of the zamindars parted with the land. They didn't want to sell to her because they were having that jealousy about Rani Rashmoni. They didn't want to sell to her. But this land, the particular land near the Dakshineswar village, she got it and she purchased and she started erecting the temple. The temple is coming for whom? For general public, only for. I would say it came for Sri Ramakrishna's experiments with spirituality. And later, Sri Ramakrishna did it public, whoever comes after him. Today also, Mother Kali lives in that village, in that image. If you had gone there and you have seen that image nearby, you can see how it is vibrating with life. 2-3 times I had gone to Dakshineswar Kali temple, and the pujari took me inside the Garbhagraha, the sanctum sanctorum, and I could stand there and look at Mother. It is absorbing. She just takes your mind away from everything and she raises your mind to a higher plane of thought. And that happens even today also. She is still living. And how she became enlivened there, she already has come there, but she was not propitiated in a way that was to be propitiated. And how many problems are there, you see. Rani Rashmoni, though she established the temple, how to get a pujari for that? You know the caste differences in India, in the ancient India, they're terrible. And ancient means I'm not talking about the Vedic time. Vedic time we didn't have jati, we have only varna. Again and again I tell to my audience, varnas was there but not jati. But then later the jati system came after the Islamic aggression. So the jati has become very entrenched in the society. You'll be surprised, whether I was surprised once when I read about Swamiji returning from USA tour, and when he came first time to Calcutta, he was welcomed beautifully. Okay, all those things you know that. Of course, there are funny side kicks also there regarding Swamiji's welcome. So that the Raja of that place, Jorasanko, he came and then he welcomed, and a big meeting was done. And after some days, he sent the bill also to Swamiji of that welcome. So those things are there sideways, that we enjoy those stories. But here you see, when Swamiji came, at his young age, at 18, 19, 20, 22 age, he has played in that grounds of Dakshineswar temple. He used to go and sit with Sri Ramakrishna, and Sri Ramakrishna would make him sit on the steps of the Kali's temple, and he touched him, and he gave him so many types of visions. That temple authorities came to Vivekananda and said, Swami Vivekananda, you are not allowed to enter the temple. You can imagine, I can imagine this way, that Swamiji was so fond of this Dakshineswar temple. He was not very much fond of Kali, at that time, when he was young. Later only he became Bhakta of Kali. But at that moment, he used to go to Dakshineswar only for seeing Ramakrishna, to be with him. He used to go. But that very person was denied entry to that place. If you read further, his own disciple from UK. He brought several disciples. This lady, Nivedita, spent all her life, gave her all. That is what is written in Darjeeling at her place of memorial. It is, who gave her all to India? That is written. Who gave her all? That means nothing she kept for herself. That lady was not allowed to enter the Dakshineswar temple. And she has started a school for Bengali girls, Hindu girls. And all these girls, she would take them as an excursion for Dakshineswar temple. And they all would go inside and worship Mother Kali. And Nivedita used to stand outside the gates and look at her. And she would be praying to Mother Kali and telling Mother Kali, please bless my children. They have gone to you. You know, one lady who became later famous, I forget immediately her name, she wrote about, she was under Nivedita in the school. She wrote this. She used to take us by the boat to cross the river. At that time, we Hindu children, we are not taught in our homes how to respect and revere the Ganga, Ma Ganga. And Nivedita would put her first foot into the Ganges and she would take some water and sprinkle on her head and children also. What a devotion. That foreign lady, she had so much of devotion. And she goes into the temple. She writes, when we were children, when our Nivedita used to take her, sister used to take her to the temple, we used to go inside. As a group, we would go there. And I would turn back and see our sister is standing outside. Oh, it was such a terrible moment for us. She said we used to just cry. After coming out, we used to hold her body and then we would cry. She says, that was, yes, Bharati Pranamataji. Thank you. Thank you, Sucheta, for giving the name. I forgot it. Yes. What was her earlier name, Bharati Pranamataji?
Parul.
What was her earlier name?
Parul.
Huh?
Parul.
Yes. Very good. Yes.
Parul.
So this wonderful incident, when I read it, how the caste system was entrenched. Only nowadays, after the independence, only after the constitution banning all the caste differences, slowly we are trying to understand we are all one. We are all devotees. Long back, Sri Ramakrishna said, for devotees there is no caste. All devotees belong to one caste as a bhakta. That's all. There is no caste differences amongst us. Now, you see, in those days, that was the situation. So naturally, no pujari was coming to do puja. Such a big temple has been erected, and Mother Kali here, she came into her dream and said, how long are you going to keep me in the box? You have kept my statue in the box, and I want to come into that image. I stay there, and I want to enjoy the puja of the devotees, worship of the devotees, and I want to eat so many things. And you put me in the box, and I am lying down there. So she went and opened the box, and she had a terrible experience on that day. And there were perspiration on the Mother Kali's image. See? Can you imagine that? Yes, we can imagine, because Mother has told, I shall come and take my seat in that image. That means it's a real Mother Kali's entered that image. So she had perspiration. Though it was a stone image, but it had perspiration. And then that she put that after so long time, now to be inaugurated. Who is going to be the pujari? That the pandits, they said, no, we are not going to. Ram Kumar was very sad. One day he returned to his home. He was in Calcutta at that time. At that time, Ramakrishna has already grown up. He was a 16-year-old boy. He has also come with his elder brother, Ram Kumar, to Calcutta. And Calcutta, Ram Kumar was running a toll. Toll means, you know that how it is. Toll means Sanskrit Pathashala, a school where he used to teach Sanskrit. And this toll, where he was there with the brother, so he asked his brother, why your face is so melancholic? Why you are not smiling today? He said, I went there to that meeting, and the pujari, all the Brahmins told that no, we shall not worship there. terrible it was. And Sri Ramakrishna immediately gave an answer. He gave solution rather. He said, write to that Rani Rashmoni, tell her this information that she can give this temple as a gift to a Brahmin. And once it is given gift as a Brahmin, Rani Rashmani will not have any possessive right for that temple. So the Brahmin will be owning that. Then other Brahmins will not have any objection to that. And when this news came to her, she was extremely happy, for the solution was brought. Because she was interested, the temple must run. The temple must open somehow. So what to do? So this was done. And immediately she wrote in a paper, that is in a documents, and she handed it over to the rights of the ownership of the temple was handed over to her own guru, mind you. Her guru was a Brahman guru, so she handed it over. And the guru received that, well, everything done. Now the other pandits, they were all stunned by this idea, because they know none of them thought about this. But Sri Ramakrishna who gave this idea. Boy, if you can find similarities with Jesus' life, that Jesus' life also in the young child, as a child, he used to give certain decisions for the assembly of great scholars. And you find many places we find like that, many avatars we find such. So here, when he gave this solution, okay, temple was opened. And then Ramkumar one day he came and told his brother, look, Gadai, I am not going to run this stall. I am closing this stall because I am appointed as a priest in the temple. And Rani Rashmoni has requested me to do the puja of Mother Kali. Very good, no problem. He was very happy. And the Sri Ramakrishna's entrance, you see how many difficulties are coming one by one, and one by one was removed by our Supreme God, who is going to play as in this avatar as Ramakrishna. So all the obstructions were slowly have been removed one after another. But when Ramakrishna came there, he was also staying with his brother, and the elder brother told him, see, I am doing puja of Mother Kali. Puja is very intricate. It is very, not only it is mysterious, some of the mantras of the Kali Puja mantras, if you see, you will be startled. They are very, very intricate. They go very deep into the Vedantic ideas. That's how Tantra and Vedanta come together in Kali worship. This is not a mere Tantra worship where you can do black magic with Kalis. No. The real Kali worship means it has got excellent way of Vedanta introduced into that. That is itself a great subject, how this Vedanta and Tantra got integrated. But now that is not our subject today. But I am telling you that Kali worship is intricate and it is very, very difficult also. So knowing that playful nature of his brother Gadai, so his brother said, look Gadai, she has constructed a beautiful Devi temple, but along with that, she has constructed 12 Shiva temples, 6 temples, and then there is a space, and then another 6 temples. There are 12 temples she has constructed. Along with that, she has constructed a Krishna temple also, Radhakanta temple also constructed. So why don't you do puja? There's not much of big puja is there. So the Kali puja I will take care. You first do this puja. See how Ramakrishna was slowly dragged into the temple campus. And he accepted. Ramakrishna accepted, okay, Radhakanta puja. And he loves Radhakanta. So he started doing the puja. But he doesn't know that Ramkumar, how long he's going to stay. And naturally, Ramkumar had to go to visit home and then come back, etc., etc., etc. And finally, he died. The death of Ramkumar brought a great problem for Rani Rashmoni. Who will be the next pujari? So she entreated. In the meantime, coming to visiting the place, she started having intimate, close relation with Gadai. And she lovingly, because he was a young boy, only 18-year-old boy. And then she used to call him Choto Bamun. So Choto Bamun means that younger Brahmin priest. So and she used to have wonderful relation with him. Because do you know what happened in the meantime? Why she started believing Gadai for even small things? Once the pujari, that is before Ramakrishna, there was another pujari. He was taking the murti in his hand, Radhakanta Murti, and then he fell down. This man fell down, okay, but the murti's uh, hand was also broken. At that time, everybody objected. The Brahmins of that place objected. They told the Rani, no, you cannot worship a defective image. You should have proper image. Some people say, no, Swami Vimokshananda Maharaj was there and we were talking to him. He asked us, one pujari was there, and the pujari brahmachari asked a question. Maharaj, I pluck vilva leaves from the tree and then I take it everything separate and then wash. And then for puja, I keep it next to me. Then I find some leaves have got holes, some insects have taken. So I remove those. At that time, the number of vilva leaves come down. So while plucking itself, I see that only absolutely good leaves must be plucked. Then Vimokshananda Maharaj laughed. What are you telling? For Vilva, is there any such rule? Where did you find this rule? He said, for Vilva, whether it is torn, whether it is full, it doesn't matter at all. Whether it is washed in water, it doesn't matter. The Vilva is pure always in any state of its health. So this we learned. And then, likewise, Sri Ramakrishna was telling a beautiful truth to Rani Rashmoni. He said, ask Rani Rashmoni if any of the three son-in-laws breaks his hand, will she replace him? That was a terrible, a thrashing for all the pujaris. And they understood, no, this is not. And Rani Rashmoni was so happy. She took the opinion of Gadai, who was only 18-year-old, among all the august assembly of scholars, Pandits. And that brought Rani Rashmoni Ramakrishna closer and closer. And she understood how this man does the puja. When he was doing puja in the Mother Kali's temple, then at that time only, Sri Ramakrishna started his experiments. All his experiments will start now. The thing he wanted to know, what I am doing puja every day, this Mother Kali, is she there in that image? Or it's only a stone image? I want to get complete, thorough, intimate knowledge of this. If she is not there, what is the use of worshipping an image? If she is there, so he wanted to see that. And he's asking Mother Kali, oh Kali, I believe in you, I trust in you, but I do not know whether you are in this image or not. Can you reveal to me that you are in this image? That was his hankering, that was yearning for God. That's why Sri Ramakrishna says, some people come and ask him, in the gospel we find that, how do you pray? He says, if you don't know prayer, it's all right. You pray to God that, oh Lord, show me the way of prayer. And somehow he will show you. Can't we say this to the God whom we are praying? Suppose I don't know how to pray to Mother Kali. But to say that Mother Kali, oh Ma Kali, I don't know how to pray to you. Please teach me. Please instruct me. Please reveal to me the secret. That's how that Sri Ramakrishna, what he taught to us later, he practiced there. He asked Mother Kali. And then slowly, we know that how he started having the feeling of the presence of Mother Kali with his samadhi and getting closer to him. And he had the first vision of a very, very bright effulgence light that comes upon him and overtakes him, and he falls to the ground unconscious. And this samadhi, and you compare this with his first samadhi in Visalakshi temple in Kamarpukur side, or the place where he saw the cranes flying. At that time also, he had the bliss, and the same bliss he derived today when he had the blissful atmosphere in the temple. He understood Mother Kali is there. If she is there, he must put his whole body, soul, heart, etc. to the worship that he was doing. And that one was not according to the Shastras. See, when the question is raised, when the Avatara Purushas come, they are supposed to be an example to lead the public. That means we devotees, we look upon the Avatara Purushas and we want to copy some of their traits, some of their ways that they have been doing it. Yes, Saraswati, anything you want to say? Open your mic. Or unknowingly she raised her hand or what?
My
So we think like that. Okay. So she is the Avatara Purusha are not an example for us. So we find Ramachandra Murthy, how beautiful example of our life. We say Krishna, certain things we accept in our life. Likewise, every Avatar Purusha we revere and we adopt their methods of their living. So likewise, here Sri Ramakrishna became mad for Kali's darshan, and that's why his puja, etc., went out of the scriptural injunctions. He used to take all the flowers in two hands and then do worship. What one go, all the flowers are gone. Sometimes he would keep all the flowers on his head instead of keeping it at the feet of the Mother Kali. Now, see, in a temple, public temple, where all the Rani Rashmoni's men, the men are roaming about, they are all watching this. They are not going to keep quiet. So they went and complained to Rashmoni. And Rashmani was little disturbed. I have kept the Ram Kumar's wonderful man, Pujari, and he was according to the Shastras he used to do. And his brother has become like a madcap. He's doing this type of puja. This is not to be, anyway, it cannot be tolerated. Let me go and see. So one day she comes to the temple and watches from behind. And she stood there and Ramakrishna was worshipping there. The way he was talking to mother, as if mother was just in front of him. Juma, one notice has come. 15 minutes is going to end. So, okay, I will take the time. 45, I will please close. And then, yes, Rani Rashmoni saw that. What is this? This person, people call him mad. He is talking to Mother Kali as if Mother Kali is standing next to him. No, I should allow him. She told, don't disturb this Chotobamu. Let him continue this puja. So we shall also continue in our next month some of the aspects of Ramakrishna's and Rani Rashmoni's relationship later. Thank you. Any questions or any observations, remarks?
no, 15 minutes. Swamiji?
Yes, Juma?
Is there any significance behind the 12 number 12 temples of Shiv in Dakshineshwar?
Yes. Yes. See, it is symbolic of 12 Jyotirlingas of Lord Shiva. There are Jyotirlingas, the 12 Jyotirlingas are there. Sometimes the Shiva Bhaktas make a vow that they want to visit all the 12 Jyotirlingas. Even I have not completed all the 12. I have only seen up to 8. Another 4 Jyotirlingas are present, or they're perhaps for my next birth, I think. So those 12 Jyotirlingas they represent, they say. That's why she prayed 6 this side and 6 that side. But the names of the Jyotirlingas and the names that are given in Dakshineshwar do not match. This is just for your information.
So, where are the 12 Jyotirlingas? I've heard of the 12 Jyotirlingas, but where exactly are the 12 Jyotirlingas, Maharaj?
No, I didn't hear your question. It is not audible.
Oh, Nandita, do you want to ask something?
I didn't get some
No,
screeching.
Maharaj, I was asking. Yes. I think Someone's microphone is on. Is that the reason why?
Can you please type your question? It would be easy. Please type your question.
Yeah, that also can be done. I was asking, okay, that's not a very important question. It says, where are the 12 Jyotirlingas?
Oh, Jyotirlingas are at different places in India, and exact list our own devotees can say. Chandrani,
Yes, Maharaj.
tell.
Varanasi,
Hmm.
Vishwanath, then
Hmm.
Rameshwaram, then
Hmm.
Kedarnath, Somnath,
Three, four,
Nageswaram. No, I have completed
five.
five. Five. Then in Maharashtra, Krishneshwar is there near Aurangabad. Then
Yes.
Trambakeshwar near
Or
Nasik. Then Bhima Shankar, it is also on this Nasik road. Then Parli,
no, Pune. Near Pune.
near Pune. Pune to Nasik, like that. So then
Yeah.
Parli Vaidyanath, that is also in
Hmm.
Maharashtra. Then
Hmm.
Omkareshwar, Mahakaleshwar,
Hmm.
and Mallikarjun.
Hmm.
12.
Very,
Somnath
Srishaila.
very.
Srishaila.
is Somnath
Seychelles.
and
So, yes,
Trimbakeshwar.
yes, yes, yes. So
Yes.
I told Somnath and
Yes. She
Trambakeshwar
told
and
all the 12
Nageshwar.
names.
Uh,
Oh, why are they called Jyotirlingas? It's a question, very beautiful question. But this Jyotirlinga, what is our real nature? Our real nature, Sachidananda, is our real nature. Every soul has got a real nature. Only that is Swarupa. Swaswara it says. So that Swarupa is, what is our Swarupa? Our Swarupa is not the external body, neither the name. So our Swarupa is the name, Sachidananda is our Swarupa. That Sachidananda exists in the form of an effulgent light, a Jyoti. Jyoti ra Jyoti. That's what Swamiji says about Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna's form is only a outside form, external form. But his real nature is Jyoti ra Jyoti. He is the Jyoti of all Jyotis. So the Jyoti, external Jyotis we find, sun, moon, light, etc. Behind this Jyoti, there is a that is one soul, that is its own Jyoti. It was not born or created by anybody. It is self-born. So that Jyoti is also, they are called Jyoti. These 12 Jyotirlingas are not carved by any human hand. Mind you, in many places, lingas are carved by human hand. But no, they are all Swayambhu, they are called. Swayambhu, they automatically, on its own, they came up. So they are Jyoti Swarupa, so they are called Jyotirlingas.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Maharaj, we say Swarat and Birat. So what is Swarat and what is Birat? What is the difference between Swarat and Birat?
Yes. Virat, the meaning, when we say Virat, see, Virat Puja, we say. What does that mean, Virat Puja? Virat Bhog. We use this word Virat. Virat means expansive things which is prevalent everywhere. That is in a huge form. See, Krishna showed Arjuna his Virat form, his Virat Rupa. That means a huge, you cannot even imagine how huge it is, such a set Virat. Sometimes in South Africa, I have seen elephants nowhere can be compared to our Indian elephants. Indian elephants are very, very, very small before that. South African elephants are huge. And when you say that, wow, what a Virat Hathi Ami Deklam. So Virat, that Virat word is used for anything that is huge. And just opposite is Swarat. Anything minute, anything small, anything nagonyo, that is called Swarat. God is Virat as well as Swarat. God is Anoraniyan. And then Mahiyan. So the Supreme Parabrahman is Anoraniyan. If you come to the lowest point, Anu, and that also there is a smaller than that. And if you imagine, your imagine can go to any Virat Swarupa, and the Virat also is beyond that Virat. So Anoraniyan, Mahato Mahiyan.
Maharaj, I have one question.
Anything?
I have one question,
Yes.
Swamiji.
Who is talking?
ராஜேஸ்வரி காஞ்சிபுரம். எனக்கு தமிழ்ல தான் வரும் மகாராஜ். இப்போ வந்து கடவுளுக்கு ஓகே ப்ளீஸ் மகாராஜ். பிகாஸ் குருமராஜ் வந்து கடவுள்கிட்ட ப்ரேயர் பண்றாரு, அம்மா எனக்கு ஒன்ன காட்டு, யூ ப்ளீஸ் ஷோ மீ த வே ஹவு டு ப்ரே அப்படின்னு சொல்லி கேக்குறாங்க. சோ இப்போ நாங்களும் அந்த மாதிரி எங்களோட பிரேயர் அந்த மாதிரி இருந்தா கடவுளோட அருள் கிடைக்குமா? ஓகே, ஐ கெட் இட்.
Rajeshwari from Kanchipuram. And today I came to Chennai via Kanchipuram only. So I went over Kanchipuram Mutt, and they had a beautiful bhajan mandali was going on. The bhajans were going on. So I saw this Rajeshwari there. She came and made pranam also. Her question is that Sri Ramakrishna prayed to Mother Kali, not knowing whether Mother Kali is really there in that image. He asked, please reveal to me, please show me that you are there. In that same way, if we ordinary mortals also pray, will that be okay? I say, yes, it is okay. And he himself says in the gospel, later, much later, when he became and then he was speaking to the devotees and to young, he is telling in the gospel, we find that how to pray. He says, tell the Lord, show me the way how to pray to you. So from that we can infer that yes, we can definitely do that.
Swamiji, thank you, Maharaj.
Purjidama?
Yes, Swamiji. Yes, Swamiji.
I'm so happy to see my brother Anandaji from France. He is there. I'm so happy. He came all the way to India, but he couldn't visit Yelagiri. So unfortunate for me, I couldn't have him. Yes, Shashank, you would like to say anything?
Pranam Maharaj. No. I'm just put the video on since it's the last time.
Okay.
I'm very excited to see you very soon. To meet you.
Thank you. Yes, welcome. Yes. Somebody else is talking. I don't know whether they are asking question or just it's the mic problem.
மகாராஜ், எனக்கு இன்னொரு கேள்வி. இப்போ வந்து அந்த சிலையில வந்து காட் அந்த இமேஜ்ல வர்றாங்கன்ட்டு, காட் கம் இந்த இமேஜ் அண்ட் ஸ்டே தேர் சொன்னீங்க, நம்ம இமேஜ் ஒர்ஷிப்ப பத்தி சொல்லும் போது. அப்போ வீட்டுல நம்ம பூஜால இமேஜ் வச்சு நம்ம பூஜை பண்றோம். முருகர பிள்ளையார் எல்லாம் இமேஜ் தான் நம்ம வீட்டுல வச்சிருக்கிறோம் பூஜா ரூம்ல. அப்போ அந்த இமேஜ்ல கூட அவங்க வர்றாங்களா?
So Rajesh is another question. It says because Sri Ramakrishna wanted Mother Kali to be present in that image. Likewise, in our houses also we have many images of different deities. So when we worship those images, does really God come into those images? That's a very beautiful question. Yes. I do not know whether you remember my story of my Rajdhani Express traveling and how I met a lady who opened her bag and took over this Balakrishna, and she talked to him. And she asked him, should I take food? And then Balakrishna says, yes, take. And then she took food. I saw that lady next to me sitting in Rajdhani Express. So, yes, the image is not a mere image for us, it may be image, but not for her. That image, one old lady in Vrindavan, she had an image of Lord Sri Krishna, and she used to keep him in the bed itself, not in a separate place where she can go and do puja, etc. No, she kept with him, with her only. And that image, she said, she called her Bahuma, then Bahu means that daughter-in-law. She called her daughter-in-law and told her that call immediately a doctor. She said, what happened to you? What I should say to the doctor? My beta, this Nandalal, he is having heartbeat. I am feeling very much. He is having a lot of fever. So he must be taken to immediately to the doctor. So call the doctor. I cannot take my Nandalal to hospital. Then the Bhoma, that is she thought because she's an old lady, the mother-in-law, so she has got hallucination. So she's talking like this because it is only a copper image. That image will not have heart palpitation or fever, etc. So she just did not pay much attention. And it became so much, the old lady rebuked her. Why you are not calling the doctor? Call. And then the daughter-in-law started ringing up one by one doctors. No doctor was willing to come. When he heard that the image is a patient, he doesn't want to come. So no doctor, all doctors refused. Then finally, one doctor in Mathura, he agreed. And she said, oh doctor, just to satisfy my mother-in-law's emotion, you please come and check that image and say everything is okay. And she will be happy. So when she endeared him like that, then he said, okay, I'm coming. So he came with his box, the doctor's box. He came with that. And then he asked the old lady, where is your patient? Tell me. They immediately took that image and gave and made him stand there. And then she says that he said, see, and he took that image because it was the image. And the left hand he took it, and the right hand he is now doing like this, testing the image. Is it a stone? Is it iron? Or it is a copper? No, he is just testing it like that. The lady screamed at the doctor, what are you doing to my child? You are hurting him. No, don't do this. Like that she shouted. Then he kept that and said, now see the temperature. Only for a sake, he put on the stethoscope and kept it on the chest of that image. For us, it is an image. In that image, he kept it. He was stunned. He could hear the palpitation of the heart. On that day, he left his home and hearth. He became a sadhu in Vrindavan.